say I'm finally free. See who I am meant to be. Oh, what if my vision blurs? If my voice is never heard? Dive it first into the sea.
Okay, holy stromboli. So my computer just exploded. So, I don't think my computer likes when I have two monitors on that are running at two different frame rates and I launch a full screen game. So, because I kind of have this issue on my older computer too. I'm pretty sure it's NVIDIA's fault, but let's not worry about it too much. So let's close the window so we stop hearing traffic outside. Okay. Now, we should be good. Now, before I forget, it's a quick second of story time. So yesterday, a quarter mile away, a bank was robbed. So I got home from work, and after about an hour, I see a helicopter flying outside. And this isn't the rarest occurrence. But the helicopters was circling around for a while, and after about 5 or 10 minutes, I'm like, okay. Usually by now the helicopter either flies by because they're chasing some dumbass and they're just spotting them, or they're monitoring something. Whatever they do, whatever they use a helicopter for. But after 10 minutes of circling, I'm like, not only is this suspicious, but you guys are really close. And then all of a sudden they get on the megaphone. And then they're like, everybody enter Stater Brothers right now. Don't loiter around. Go inside to Stater Brothers. And then they kept saying it. And I'm like, oh, that's different. Instead of just flying off or something, they're even talking to everybody. And they kept repeating it until I could understand it. And you have to remember, I'm not physically there. I'm still in my house. So they keep repeating it. And fast forward 15 minutes later, they're still out there circling. And then another chopper comes, and then they're both out there circling, and then I'm thinking to myself, they never stay out there this long, because helicopter fuel is super expensive. So whatever reason they're out there is serious. Like, there's a chance that somebody died serious. They never would spend this money otherwise. So then they keep circling and they keep circling, and you hear cop cars, and then now you fast forward 20 minutes later and they're still out there. And then all of a sudden traffic starts piling up. And then I'm at the moment where I'm like, this is just too weird. So outside of my house we have a Ring doorbell. And if you don't know much about those are basically doorbells that have a camera on them, and they can see who's showing up, so they can show you a video of who's at your door, and they have a microphone on them so you can actually talk to the person who's at your door. They're made by Amazon and they're pretty cheap, but the controversial thing about the Ring is that Amazon shares the video feeds of your camera with police. So basically the police could use your camera to catch somebody doing something bad, or they could use it against you. So, but one of the really cool things that Ring has that nobody else seems to be doing currently is, just like they share that feed, they allow you to give updates to your neighbors without your neighbors knowing who you are or adding them or saying who you're willing to share with. You can anonymously upload things to people who have a Ring that are in your vicinity, and it will automatically share with them what you're talking about, so you can give crime reports. So I checked the Ring, and in the crime reports our neighbors started talking about what's going on, and it turns out somebody was robbing the Chase Bank. And it was a serious robbery. It wasn't like somebody went in there with a gun, pointed it, got some money, and ran out. We're talking a teller, one of the bank tellers was shot. A cop showed up on the scene and got shot in the neck. One of the bank robbers was holding up hostages in there. And like it's just this wild scene. There's several shots fired. People that went in the grocery store were stuck in there on lockdown for hours. And there's just non-stop police cars everywhere. And it was, I don't know, it's not what you expect on a random ass Tuesday. And one of the wild things is, in my area, it's not even that dangerous. There's a grocery store, there's the Chase Bank. Right next to those, there's an elementary school, and across the street is an apartment. Like, this isn't the area you expect something so dangerous and stupid to happen, because it's not a big Chase Bank. In fact, before it was a Chase Bank, it was a fucking Blockbuster Video. So you can imagine how big it is. It's really just really odd. So I had to tell that story before I forget about it, because that's kind of a crazy thing that I haven't spoken about at all on. Okay, my game is being weird and it's not showing me the bottom. Why? Let's see if I can. Yeah, my computer definitely doesn't like having two different monitors with two different resolutions and two different FPS. One of them's a gaming monitor, the other one's just a normal 4K monitor that I brought home from work. Okay, it's a short day, it's day one, so nothing to lose. I can straight up kill myself if I want a longer day, but I won't. My game's bugging out. Hold on, I don't think the game's even outputting audio to my headset. Should explain why it's so quiet. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna relaunch the game. Terrible idea. It's gonna take another like 45 seconds to get it up. So I'm gonna pause the stream. I'm gonna launch the game. Hopefully it comes up normally, and then I'm gonna start the stream back up. So I will return. Give me 2 minutes.